Yo, what's up? What's up? This is Dr. Little John from a G perspective. I told you I was going to get at y'all impromptu. Want to chop it up for a minute, and I'm gonna use the analogy of kings and kingdoms. I use that often. Many of us believe that we are kings and queens. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. But I do believe that we all have kingdoms that we have the right to claim. And in doing so, or in being the kings or the administrators or the leaders of those kingdoms, you have to have trusted advisors around you. No wise king that ever existed didn't have trusted advisors. I don't mean flunkies. I don't mean yes men. I mean people that are going to give him an honest assessment. People who are sincere about seeing the king and the kingdom succeed and take their advisory roles seriously. You shouldn't be surrounding yourselves with yes men, with people who are just going to tell you what you want to hear. Now, of course, you got to be able to distinguish between those who are just trying to sabotage, trying to put a bunch of bullshit in the mix, or they're envious or jealous. I'm talking about those who have an honest sincerity to see you succeed. In some sense, the same essence that a parent would be an advisor of their child, even their child in the young adulthood. And if they did everything right, the child would look for their advice in their older ages. In the end, it all boils down to you and whether your picker is flawed. Imagine a coach who never pushed you and just always told you that, yeah, that was enough. Imagine somebody who never called you on your bullshit sometimes. I understand for some of y'all that's going to be hard because you want to be lied to. You shouldn't want to be lied to, nor should you lie to yourself. I always say that we can be our worst enemies. We often let the traitor through the gate. And that goes back to whether your picker is flawed. Not only do you want people that have sincerity to see you succeed, because not only do they know that when you succeed, they succeed, because y'all share in the wealth, in the insight, in the elevation that comes in, whether it comes in through them or through you. And also understand, just because they are trusted advisors does not mean that the king, the administrator, the leader doesn't filter. Your mama could bring you some information with sincerity, and she have gotten it from someone who was a liar, and she brings it to you with sincerity. Of course, your mother's not lying to you, but she believes this information to be true when it isn't. And that's why I always say, filter everything. That king, he sits in his chamber and people come in. They tell all type of stories and tales. And then he gets input from his advisors. And because he uses logic and reason, and he's versed in a wide array of things, he makes a decision based on logic. It may be a decision that coincides with his advisors. It may not be. He took their advisement at heart because he picked those men. They're not idiots. They're not fools. and he hears them out. Maybe he improvises on their assessment. But he has those people whom he can throw knowledge and ideals and concepts by. And they break it down. They build it back up. Maybe they break it again and they build it back up. Or make him aware of things that he didn't see. Stop surrounding yourselves around people who are yes men. Me, I don't get down like that. I'm not finna co-sign no bullshit. I'm not co-signing no nonsense. That's a disrespect to myself, but that's a disservice to anybody I'm getting at. And I also look at it in this aspect. There are people that may be within earshot that hear this nonsense. And because they get no opposition to it, they go home and they go about their lives and they believe this to be so. Surround yourself around people who are going to challenge you. People that love you with sincerity, but they're gonna call you on your bullshit sometimes. Or they're going to challenge you. You know, yeah, the old saying that says steel sharpens steel, and so shall man sharpen man. Your friend is supposed to sharpen you. Your loved ones, those around you, are supposed to sharpen you. And you're supposed to sharpen each other. Stop surrounding yourselves around yes men and people that just want to tell you what you want to hear. You shouldn't even be accepting that. That means your picker is flawed. When I talk about turning negatives into positives, one of those is I'll emphasize. I was told a bunch of lies throughout my life. Most of us were told a bunch of lies. And nobody bothered to find out what the truth was. And instead, they continue to pass on those lies. There's a voice that tells me that, hey, you always talk about the lies. And it fucks with you. Okay. Well, I preserved you. I put you in a situation where you had very few friends. So now speak your piece. Don't fear the loss of friends if you tell the truth. I tell people all the time, I'm banging the truth. I'm banging BTC as well. And that's a new channel that will be coming up soon. Banging BTC. But I'm banging the truth. I can't go wrong with that. That means not sugarcoating the BS, not co-signing the nonsense. Once again, that was just something that I wanted to chop it up with you about. Something for you to reflect upon. Give you a G's perspective. Appreciate you. It's Dr. Little John from a G perspective. Peace. I'm out. Subscribe, hit that thumbs up. This is Dr. Little John from a G perspective. Peace. I'm out.